Lawfare losers are licking their wounds. I'm here in Grand Central Station. You know, it's almost Thanksgiving. Turkeys get roasted Thanksgiving time. Just, I don't know, I wanted people to see Grand Central. I know we were checking it out last time. I also dropped off my phone to get fixed. Remember that jackass broke my phone about 3 weeks ago. So anyway, that's getting fixed. Amazing. I don't know if we can really say anything is surprising anymore. Is anybody surprised by anything these days? But pretty amazing that Jack Smith just completely dropped his asshole case. I wonder if there's ever been any more of an admission of just total stupidity. A lot of people are asking, is Jack Smith gonna, repay the American public for all the money wasted on doing that lawfare? It's interesting. I mean, I've said for a long, long time that what George's brother is doing, and Robert David Steele and Stephen Biss and all that, this is the holiday fair. This is the part I wanted to see. All the lawfare those guys are doing, I've been saying for a long time that it's analogous to what's being done to Donald Trump. And it's that way because it's the same people. When I'm yelling at Norm Eisen and Andrew Weissman, there's a reason I'm doing that. Those guys are the lawfare crew. It's too bad, right in front of these people. I got a clear path. Let's see if we can get through to that. So we got people selling all kinds of Christmassy stuff here. Yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to get. Check out the different. You got a catapult testing zone. Wow, that sounds like a good thing. Oh, I love stuff like this.
We've got two tops that are 10. Those are
the Tower of Pisa is not really leaning. Look at that, you got catapults. Rubber band power. Excellent. Yeah, I don't know. If people haven't been to New York, you might. What do you think about this? Does this look good or kind of maybe low rent for Grand Central? Wing and Weft. This seems like an essential oils bar. I actually know someone who is in that same business. Amazing. Fancy sock store. Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of international weirdos are into, super fancy socks. You'll notice Justin Trudeau and other weirdos frequently wear, very elaborate socks. I noticed Adam Sharp was at some sort of a Google conference. Dragon believer. Get that for Joe Rogan. Look at that. See, if Charles were here, he would go on and on about how, Mont Blanc pens and stuff like that. I would say they're bullshit. He'd say, no, they're actually very good. I don't know. Mont Blanc pen, I don't understand why the pen is so expensive. Ooh, look at that plush camera. I do like that. What do you do with this? Give it to the dog?
Absolutely, sir. So there's reclaimed plastic bottle in the front, and then it squeaks.
It's a dog toy. Nice, I like it. All right, camera dog toy. If I were a dog, that's the Christmas gift for me. But yeah, Jack Smith just drops the documents case. The thing is, though, that's not going to be the end of it. You can't. What's going on out here? saxophone playing to me. Some talented people just out on the street. Anyway, I don't think that's going to be the last. Like, you can't. Jack Smith is like, that was all just a little joke. And he's like, okay, we're done now. Going back to The Hague. Look at that giant trail. Amazing that he dropped it. And then also we've got Juan Merchan still in his crazy kind of abeyance there, right? We don't know what's going to happen with that case. There we go. But of course, the one analog that doesn't carry over, George's brother has not dropped his case. I mean, I do believe he is motivated by the same people who motivate Jack Smith, Lawfare Institute. And I didn't just come up with that out of thin air. He's sent messages to Ben Wittes that have corresponded with things happening. And to put a finer point on that, he tweeted at Ben Wittes and another person who has gotten a unconstitutional court order against me, who I can't talk about right now, but George's brother tweeted at Ben Wittes when I succeeded in getting Chris Boozy into default in Goodman v. Boozy, and the very next day, Ballard Spahr appeared on behalf of Boozy, and the court let him in. It really wasn't very fair, and they completely ignored all the things that I said about George's brother doing that. So that's why I put them both on the same bus. I don't want people to misconstrue the cartoon. I certainly have nothing to do with whatever is going on with Jack Smith. I'm not driving the Lawfare bus that he's on. I'm driving the one that Dave is on. Jack Smith is just the next loser on the Lawfare bus out of town. And you'll notice that Lawfare is out of service when I'm driving the bus. It's the counter Lawfare route. We've been by this hotel many times. Kind of an X. Yeah, so I'm wanting to do a counter Lawfare report about this lawsuit. This was Swigert v. Goodman. So a lot of people have been congratulating me on X. Thank you for that, by the way. And if you aren't following on X, you should do that. I'm on there at JG_CSTT. People were congratulating me because I put out the judge's order dismissing Swigert v. Goodman. That was a case that originated in Indiana. So here's what happened. I gotta go back to get the exact dates, and that's the type of thing I would do in a counter Lawfare report. If you'd like to see a detailed counter Lawfare report about this, send me a message, and if you're not already a sponsor, become a sponsor. Go to odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth. That's the most economical way to sponsor the show. And I know right now, believe me, I know, money is tight. I don't want to put anybody out, but that's why I made this arrangement with Odyssey. They lowered their price, special for me. They were not offering anybody to sell memberships for $3 a month, but I convinced them, and obviously their system is set up so that the 58-cent Odyssey fee is adequate to cover their costs. The point I'm getting at is there are several service providers that are cut out of the equation when you sponsor via Odyssey, so I'm able to make it less expensive for viewers, and that's what we're trying to do. I do appreciate everybody who sponsors on every channel, but I just want to make sure that this information is as accessible as possible, but also that I'm able to carry on buying food and stuff like that. So yeah, send me a message on there, and if people want, we'll get into a, maybe I could do that tomorrow. I don't know about tonight. But see, one of the components of lawfare, and this is whether it's against me, Trump, whatever, they want multiple lawsuits. And I mean, obviously that's not the most complicated thing to come up with, but allow me to explain. It's not just heaping on crap. Sure, it does that. But there's generally interplay between the suits. In other words, something will happen over here that will then be brought into the lawsuit over here. It's a flank attack, multiple sides. I mean, so first of all, let's talk about how that complicates things. So normally, if you get sued, let's say in Virginia, and then in Arizona, you're gonna need, I wonder what she thought about the assassination attempt. You're gonna need two different lawyers because most lawyers don't have licenses to practice in one state or the other. But obviously, you know, look, even if it's just two lawsuits, twice as much legal expense. So that's the first problem. And, you know, obviously if you're pro se, it's two lawsuits to deal with instead of one. But, you know, we can start to study this when we look at, you know, it's like I was discussing with John last Friday on that great show we did about the lone gunman. We've got like a cohort of these guys that we can evaluate at this point, and there's, you know, similarities. So when we look at this cohort of lawfare actions, we can see, I mean, the notion that somebody like Donald Trump or Elon Musk would be in 3 or 4 or 5 lawsuits at once, I think it's pretty plausible. Those guys have, you know, multiple billion-dollar businesses all over the place, and, you know, they're just doing a lot of things that result in legal action. Me, on the other hand, doesn't really make as much sense. And, you know, again, when I first started Crowdsource the Truth long ago, and they started all these lawsuits, they were trying to demonstrate to people, oh, look, you know, Jason's getting sued because he's an irresponsible journalist or whatever. But I think people now see that that's not the case, because 8 years in, it's the same group of people who are the only ones that are bringing the lawsuits. Same thing with Donald Trump, by the way. You know, the connections, I would like to remind people, Jack Smith was part of the Eastern District of New York U.S. Attorney's Office. He was there while Andrew Weissman was running it. So he's technically like second string, you know, Caproni, Team Caproni. And I'm not trying to make everything about Caproni because she's the judge in my case. I didn't know anything about her until that happened. There is a lot of evidence that, and by the way, my case, Caproni first was the judge on Goodman v. Swigert, the first case in New York. She then was also the judge on the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences versus Multimedia System Design, Inc., DBA, Crowdsource the Truth, a concocted, not real, not legal entity invented by George's brother and conveyed to the Television Academy so that they could sue that. And remember, I was tricked into answering that lawsuit by the attorney, Jonathan Snyder, who represents Felix Sater, who Valerie Caproni's Eastern District U.S. Attorney's Office signed a cooperation agreement with, and then he went and worked for the FBI for 25 years. According to his testimony, could be a lie. That's what he told the House Permanent Select Committee on Intelligence under oath. I wasn't there. I'm just telling you what he said. So, I don't know, is it a coincidence that all these people know each other for 25 years and signed secret agreements? Caproni was the FBI General Counsel, the plaintiff, their CEO in this case. He was the executive producer of a C-SPAN show that Caproni was on when she was the FBI General Counsel. Then he was the Twitter U.S. government liaison when she was the FBI General Counsel. And I've been saying for 2 years that these people, at the behest of Barack Obama, they're the ones who put the FBI into Twitter. And why does nobody want to talk about that? Why does Schellenberger, Taibbi, Mike Benz, why do they treat that information like poison ivy? They don't want to go near it. It's weird. It's really weird. And Mike Benz acted very weird. He's a sniveling little worm. He acted like a dick when I met him in person. That guy's got a real serious issue. He's full of shit. All of these guys are full of shit. Why doesn't Elon Musk want to know about this information? He's avoiding it like crazy. I really encourage people, if you didn't see it the other day, when Trump goes to the MMA, you know, whatever, to UFC 309, right? Was that the number? When he goes there, he walks in, right? And he's got Elon Musk there. And he kind of walks right up to Joe Rogan and he's, you know, broing out with Joe Rogan. And then he's done talking to Joe Rogan. Dana White is with him also. And then Eric Adams comes right over. So it's like, I mean, that's not a coincidence. Eric Adams is going to know, you know, the police and everything are going to know where Trump is going. And so he's like, oh, I better go there and, you know, go shtup myself into that little bro fest with Trump and figure out how to get a pardon. Look at that. What is going on with that? What is that? Little police siren thing. I haven't seen that happening before. Anyway, Eric Adams is there. And everyone's like, ooh. Mike Johnson is like, ooh, Eric Adams. Because, you know, if you were there, you'd be like, how baller is this? I'm hanging out with Trump. There's Elon Musk. Ooh, Eric Adams. Like every single, you know, notable person appears. I think you'd notice that. And obviously, you know, Elon Musk is one of the most famous guys in the world. Maybe he doesn't care. But I don't know. Everybody else is looking at Eric Adams. He's not. He seems pretty uneasy. He's like, ooh, doo, 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 I don't see you. Looking away from Eric Adams, if anything. I mean, I get it. Eric Adams is kind of a douchebag. How you guys doing? What did you think about the assassination attempt against Donald Trump? Where are you from? You guys aren't from the United States. French. Ah, bonsoir.
Bonsoir, Paris.
Do you speak English?
A
little bit. What did you think about trying to assassinate Donald Trump? Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right. Enjoy New York. Au revoir. I don't think they speak English. But yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about before that? Lawfare. Oh yeah. Right. So they tricked me into getting into that case. See, I'm a loose end now because I know a lot of things, and they were thinking, you know, they would assassinate Trump. He's not going to become president. So this is Starbucks Reserve now. Well, that was Heartland Brewery, but it just went so bad. Why are the cops guarding the Empire State Building? That's unusual. That was Walgreens, but it went out of business in the Empire State Building. So he had 3 cases against me. I don't understand why the judge allowed that to happen. 3 duplicative cases brought at the same time. It's a violation of Rule 11. And the judge wouldn't do anything. But Dave is losing anyway. He basically, first of all, was just screwing around. I mean, the point is he doesn't care about the outcome of the case. He just wants to use it to stalk and harass me and to put pressure on YouTube and even on Odyssey. He's putting on, you know, Subscribestar, Patreon, all of those. He's trying to get them to not want to do business with me. That's why it's so important for people to support the show on there. There's a tea place coming in. That's what he's trying to stop. So if you like Crowdsource the Truth and want it to continue, I know, look, this is the sales pitch. Please sponsor the show. Odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth. I can't carry on without your sponsorship. And it's, we're going to have to dig in here, It's Trump won, but I just, seems like there's a lot of treachery. Like, there's no way Jack Smith is just ending this and going away. What are they cooking? They have to have some other stupid plan. George's idiot brother sent me an email maybe yesterday, and he's like, oh, this is your litigation notice. And he also said his stupid wife is going to sue me. So obviously, he's planning other things. These guys don't give up. Everybody's got their Christmas village set up. I thought it would be a little bit more Christmassy now. What I was trying to gauge was the degree of Christmasification. Oh, I should have gone through Bryant Park. Tang Hulu Heaven. Okay. Soon it's going to get freezing cold in these little huts, and these people will sit out here hawking their Christmas goods. I used to, every year around this time, I don't think they do it anymore, but the International 3D Society, which doesn't exist anymore, used to have, their international part was in Belgium. The Liège School of Technology or University of Technology or something like that. I forget exactly what the name of the university was, but I would go to Belgium every year. At the height of 3D-ness, they actually would pay for me to go there, which was really nice, and speak at their events and stuff. Didn't pay me anything, but paid for the plane and all that. But in Liège, Belgium, they had the most amazing Christmas village with ice skating and cooking all kinds of things like that, but better. They have good ones in New York as well, but this one in Liège, Belgium is really super nice. Liège, Belgium is actually pretty nice overall, but I don't have any need to go to Belgium other than these 3D events that they don't have anymore. So, I don't know. I've been there like 8 times, but I don't think I'll go there again necessarily. Yeah, so anyway, Jack Smith, what's he going to do now? What's their next move? And really, the better question is Norm Eisen, Andrew Weissman. I haven't really seen too much Ben Whitty's podcast action, but definitely Weissman and Norm Eisen have been all over the place. This is like Koreatown over here, so all of your Korean barbecue restaurants and, that says Machi Machi, so is that mochi? Ice cream? Must be ice cream. That's French, but I mean, really everything is Korean around here, so I don't know why. Yeah, K-Town, eatery, making it, pretty Korean. Charles is now fully entrenched in that Asian lifestyle. I kind of can't believe it. He's moved to Penang, he's moving in, he's sending me photos now of his new office, and the apartment looks amazing. I mean, listen, whatever's going on with the economy, there's no doubt that having loads of money seems better. Buy all kinds of stuff and move wherever you want. Yeah, I don't think I would really want to live in Malaysia or any other country for that matter. I just want America to not be so screwed up. But I do think New York may be, for me at least, a lost cause. I'm really starting to seriously, I know I've been talking about this since the pandemic, and coming up on 4 years since I bought that car. I'm really excited because that guy just froze in his tracks. Soon, no more car payments. That'll be fantastic. And I think I need to go on another road trip soon, just to get out of New York. It's maybe even, well, I want to be, yeah, what about January 6th? What's going to happen? There's a lot to think about. Oh yeah, what is going to happen January 6th? So Jamie Raskin first said, no, we're not going to, he was like, we're just going to create our own insurrection. So this guy's going the wrong way on the bike, but he got off. And then January 20th is the inauguration. I went to the first Trump inauguration. I got to go to this one too. I think Lee said he's going to go. It's a cute kind of dog. Whoops. Got annoyed there at the last moment. Something's freaking that dog out. Maybe it's the rolling of that noisy cart. Well, I don't know. We'll see what's going to happen to Jack Smith. I don't think you get to just end the whole thing and walk away and say nothing. Now, is this a person laying in the street? What the hell is going on right here? It is. That doesn't look good. It's just two people laying in the street. What a crazy mess. Yeah, and so, I mean, all these cases are evaporating. The same thing is going to happen to George's brother, whether he wants it to or not. He's right. So let's get back to that. The case that just got dismissed with prejudice on Friday or whatever it was, that was a case that he brought in Indiana that was duplicative of essentially the case that he had in New York against Jason and the case that he had in Michigan against Multimedia System Design Inc., DBA, Crowdsource the Truth. So he's really got to be stopped. I don't understand why the judge won't declare him a vexatious litigant and enjoin him from suing me anymore. That was done very quickly to me. But whatever, we're gonna go fully into counter lawfare mode here and turn this whole business around on the lawfare practitioners who brought it initially. Really getting some nice sunsets here at the start of autumn in New York. I do love autumn in New York. Yeah, see, once that other phone gets fixed, we'll have the 3X lens back. That guy smashed the phone. Oh yeah, that was 31st Street. I don't really want to deal with Tren de Aragua tonight. So here's the cops, 1 block away. Tren de Aragua is flourishing. Now wait a minute, if all these cops are here, why the hell is that thing covered by the 14th precinct? How does that make any sense? This is the 17th precinct. What is this one right here? It says 20th. What is... It's really amazing, right? They just do nothing, and Tren de Aragua is there. Somebody had a video this morning with a 2-year-old girl who could speak, which is pretty good. Not all 2-year-olds can speak, right? I don't know, maybe they can. But, you know, this was a migrant. This little girl had a piece of paper with like a phone number on it. How does she hold on to that for the whole trip from Mexico to, or wherever she came from? I don't know. It's pretty bad. You wouldn't want to be 2 and all alone hanging out with Tren de Aragua. Yeah, but this is the police. What is it, the 17th precinct? $19th? I don't know, that's it right there. I just don't even want to deal with them, go in there and talk to them. They're going to yell at me for recording, undoubtedly. So he's got 1 case left with 1 claim. He had Indiana. That's what got kicked out for, I filed a motion to dismiss it for failure to prosecute, and they granted it. So that's the police precinct. And the Courtyard by Marriott is playing JT. Wasn't he at Diddy parties? What are we going to find out with the Diddy list? I don't know. he had his jail cell raided. I was speaking to Charles about that a little bit. It's super funny when I bring up something that Charles doesn't want to talk about. He just like shuts it down immediately. This is sort of sketch over here. But hopefully within about a week. Well, no. So see that other case, there's a hearing December 18th. He's actually kind of already losing that case. We'll just see how badly we can turn it around on him. I mean, I think that's why he's sending me emails saying that this is your, litigation notice and threatening me that his wife is going to sue me, because the other thing is they just want you to be occupied with litigation. I guess Jack Smith is ending this now because the purpose of this was to prevent Trump from getting elected. So that's another thing that we can learn from last time, is that they sort of have one plan to stop him from getting elected, and then they need to switch to something else once he becomes president to blunt the effectiveness of the presidency. Oh, now wait a minute. So here's a weed store open again. This got shut down and now it's back. Ask about local delivery. It's more crazy people on the bicycle. So, okay, weed store open. But I don't know, does that have the official New York seal of approval? They'll probably get shut down by Eric Adams. Well, here's another one. Are weed stores back to open now? No, this one's still closed. That's just a guy standing. And it says open, but it's got a big chain on it. Definitely not open. It's very weird what's going on in New York with the weed stores. Yeah, we have a hearing. So you're supposed to have a 26F discovery conference, and as I understand it, that is where the plaintiff contacts the defendants and you discuss what is going to be brought into discovery, how it's going to be transmitted, and when. But we didn't discuss that. George's brother wanted to talk about why I started doing videos with George and just a litany of things not related to this case, mostly his personal problems. And it didn't make a lot of sense to me that he wanted to do that. But the point is, we really did not get to talking about the discovery. And the real problem that I think he has is that we're supposed to develop a mutual schedule, like this or that is going to happen on such a date. But he also didn't do that. He just unilaterally arrived at the schedule and sent it in. So I don't know. We'll see what the judge says about that. We've got this hearing on December 18th. It's telephonic. I wish they would make it in person. Then people could come. Maybe we could have a lunch afterwards. No, but seriously, it should be in person, because what they're doing is they're just empowering this guy to sit in his RV doing these, remote lawfare exercises. And if he never has to get on a plane and present himself in New York and go to the expense, I mean, he's got no problem burning up the resources of the court or my resources, but they are allowing him to avoid expending any of his own. I really don't think that's fair. But they don't care about what's fair. It's really weird. I mean, we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's about it. Sun's going down, and I'm almost out of runway here. So thanks for watching, everybody. Please do become a sponsor if you aren't already. Odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth, crowdsourcethetruth.substack.com, and subscribestar.com, and patreon.com/crowdsourcethetruth. If people are interested, send me a message. And I really do need some new sponsors. If I can get some sponsors tonight, I'll definitely do a counter lawfare show tonight or tomorrow about this most recent Swigert v. Goodman case that just got dismissed with prejudice. can't come back. I'm sure he'll try to bring it back anyway. But that's what's happening for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great night.